Okay. Let's go to the beginning of what is going to be an under party, I think, moving forward for this podcast.
Oh, yeah, baby.
The Portland Trail Blazers, 39.5. What do you think here, Robbie?
I'm not betting the over. I don't know if I want to lock up the under on Portland, and maybe you feel differently. I
don't want to
out of respect for what Damian Lillard does in the regular season. Like, just genuinely, like it's. I talked about it when I talked about the Grizzlies. Like, he's just one of those guys that gets his team to play hard.
Yep,
he didn't play last year, and that's why they were horrific. But he tends to be a guy that can get the rest of the team, and like they've got some guys. Like I'm excited to see what Anthony Simons does in an expanded role full time now. He was obviously balling out without CJ and without Dame, and now he steps in. I'm not huge on Simons necessarily as like. I don't know if he's an all-star caliber type guy, fringe guy like CJ was, but like he's a fun guy to watch. I think it's an under though. Like we've talked, like how many teams in the West have we talked about leaning over at this point? Like somebody's got to lose games. Somebody's got to lose games, and it's going to be a talent discrepancy. And they are just at a talent deficit compared to more than half of the West.
Yeah. So this is kind of the way I'm thinking about this. So the Blazers are 10th in terms of like win total over under here. Mm-hmm. They are 39.5. They are in 10th place. Mm-hmm. The last few years, the 10th place team in the West has won 36 games, mm-hmm. 33 games. Mm-hmm. They won 34 games, mm-hmm. 37 games with the Lakers in 2019. Then the 10th place team in 2018 won 42, which is just a very high number. That was the year that like the Clippers were like, it took 47 to get in the playoffs in 2018, which is just like totally bonkers. But then 34 in 2017, and then 33 in 2016. So in general, like the team that finishes 10th in the West tends to win something like, 33-ish games, 33 to 37 games. Yeah. And I think it's just hard, like, to when you're like a good team, but you're just a little bit below everyone else in the league, and you're going to be not favored to win a ton of games. Like, it's just hard, I think, to come up with almost a 500 record. Well, that's what you need. You need 40 wins. That's a lot.
And we're also talking about, some of these teams that were bad last year are going to be a little more competitive, at least. Like we're talking about Houston. Houston's not going to be a gimme this year. OKC's not necessarily going to be a gimme depending on when you catch them in the season. Like like obviously you kind of replace them with San Antonio and Utah a bit, but I just, it's hard for me to say over and say they're going to win 40. I think, like you said, like it just feels more likely that this is a 37-win team. And is the last team into the play-in. And look, are you going to want to face Dame in a play-in game? Probably not. Like, it's not going to be fun. Like, the 7 seed's not going to have fun playing Dame because we know what he can do in a one-game situation. But it's going to be tough for them to do this. I still don't know what Chauncey is as a head coach necessarily as well. Like, I think those old Portland teams, we knew exactly what they were with Terry Stotts and how they were going to run stuff. And they're kind of going to have to keep, because they missed so much time, there's going to be another kind of relearning curve, I think, there that could inhibit them from starting as well as they'd like to.